Now, most of you already know that each and every week we get to see, of course, the Chinese NEV insurance registrations. These are the results which obviously at a certain point in time, a few weeks ago, we read that we're not going to get this data, but it appears that we are continuing to get this information, or the information of the NEV insurance registrations, each and every week being released somehow. This is something that gives us the hint of what is that we can expect from our favorite stocks or favorite EV stocks like Nio. Now, you will know that the results for the week which ended last week Saturday are the ones that concluded the results for the month of April. Those are the results that made Nio to end up delivering total deliveries for the month of April of 6,658. I mean, of course, those are the deliveries we got to see Nio reporting on Monday. Now, ladies and gents, just yesterday we got to see, of course, the exact numbers that Nio, of course, had delivered for the last week of April, and that is, of course, the results that concluded Nio delivering that over 6,600 vehicles. And ladies and gents, the results or the figures came at 2,600, which means that it was an improvement, or Nio improved from the, of course, 2,000 we had seen in a week prior to that, which is something that is incredible, because it appears that, of course, Nio, once again, it is increasing in terms of the NEV insurance registrations they are reporting on a week to week. And now, one of the things that might have boosted, of course, the NEV insurance registration, or the 2,600 NEV insurance registration we saw for the last week of April, was obviously the sales of the EC7. As most of you already know that, of course, in the last week of April, Friday, or the last Friday of April, we saw, of course, Nio starting with the sales, or with the deliveries of their latest coupe called the EC7, which obviously made a lot of the investors, or retail investors, including myself, to be really excited, because that is one of the models that so many of the consumers were hoping, or were patiently waiting for, which is something that will definitely, of course, bring in more sales. And I cannot wait the kind of NEV insurance registrations that Nio generated this week, because ideally I would want to see, of course, Nio continuing to increase in terms of NEV sales, especially looking at their annual target of around 250,000 vehicles. So I would like to see Nio continuing to improve in terms of the NEV sales and continue delivering high figures, which is something that obviously I think we are going to see, that especially that Nio just 2 weeks back, or just a week ago, they introduced their, of course, new model called the EC7, which is quite a beauty. So yes, of course, before we dig deep into this video, you already know that the video is just an entertainment video and not a professional financial advice. You do not really appreciate if you can just hit the likes button if you do enjoy the content, or if you are enjoying the content that I'm giving you about Nio's sales for the last week of April. Though obviously we've seen the total deliveries that Nio reported for the month of April, but it is important, of course, we get to see the kind of the NEV insurance registrations Nio reported on the last week of April, because we know that obviously those registrations were including the, of course, EC7. So I'm very excited to get to see that at least Nio for the last week, they got to report much better insurance registration numbers than the ones they had reported in for the previous week, or week prior to that. So I'm very excited. So if you are enjoying this content, don't forget to hit the like button, comment, and subscribe. And once you subscribe, don't forget to hit or click that notification bell. So yes, I'm excited, because Nio, it is a company that obviously there is so much that us as retail investors, or as investors as a whole, are hoping for, or are hoping to start seeing onto this new stock, which one of them is to, of course, seeing the deliveries grow on a month to month. In fact, starting from the NEV insurance registrations, these kind of results which we get on a week to week, we want to see Nio starting to report high numbers, or starting to report numbers that are closer to, of course, Leodo, because Leodo, ladies and gents, I mean, we can, there's no doubt that we can agree that they are on fire. I mean, the kind of deliveries they are producing on a week to week and on a month to month, it is just so good. So we would like to see Nio get to that, and even surpass that, because there are some people that are are saying reason why of course Nio it's of course sort of like delivering low delivery numbers. It's of course there are some clients or some of the Nio clients that might be attracted to the current latest model that Lioro is selling, and of course I cannot dispute that because the numbers, I mean, they're talking for themselves to say that Lioro is doing so well. Whether they're taking Nio's clients or not, I'm not sure, but all I know is that that company is doing well, and I would also like to see Nio performing in terms of deliveries like how Lioro is performing in terms of sales. So this week, I know that obviously it was the NEV insurance registrations might be of course affected by the fact that there was Labor Day in China, which was running from the 29th to the 3rd of May. That this is a holiday which was of course running in China, and this is the kind of holiday that made Nio to obviously open up their battery swapping stations to all that own the Nio cars, which is something that is a good thing to Nio, because even those that did not subscribe to bus had an opportunity to use or to utilize or experience a battery swapping station, or Nio's battery swapping station, which was amazing because, ladies and gents, Nio just gave us a report, or we just read wonderful news of saying that during that period from the 29th to the 3rd, Nio saw consumers completing around 430,000 swaps, which is something that is incredible because on the 29th, or the first day where we saw of course Nio of course offering these benefit to those that own the Nio cars, Nio saw a total swaps of over 68,700, which is something that is incredible and something that must just show you that it looks like many people do enjoy this kind of services, even though that did not or have not subscribed to bus. It appears that they like this, which is why we saw of course this kind of record breaking swap or record breaking number when it comes to the swaps that the Nio consumers or those that own the Nio cars completed on a single day. So these 430,000 swaps which were completed during this period must just show you that this is the kind of technology, or this technology those that buy the Nio cars are really enjoy, which is why we see them continuing to of course swap or utilize this technology, or this swapping station technology that Nio offers to its of course consumers or those that buy the Nio cars. I'm really excited because this is a technology that makes Nio to stand out from the other EV competitors, and because it takes away the long time that you would charge maybe at a normal charging station, as you can be able to swap a battery on a Nio stations between 4.5 minutes for the second generation swap station and less than 3 minutes for the third generation swap station. So I was excited to get to see that obviously Nio saw of course 430,000 in a space of between the 29th of April to the 3rd of May. So I was really excited about that, and I think this will definitely motivate those that have not subscribed to bus but on the Nio cars to do so, because probably they saw how convenient this technology is. So this is another thing which makes me to be really excited about Nio, because like I said, this is a technology that is so unique to Nio when we go look or compare to the other EV companies. So yes, I know that this of course Labor Day holiday which was happening in China from the 29th to the 3rd might have an impact on the Chinese NEV insurance registration for this week, but obviously I would like to see an improvement, or at least when I compare the NEV insurance registrations with the other EV makers in China, I would like to see Nio somewhere somehow being at the top, or being one of the top of course EV makers reporting good deliveries. I know, I mean, it can't be or it cannot be at the top for now because they are just selling, or they are only offering of course few models, but with the ES6 set to come end of May, I am hoping, or I have high hopes then to say that Nio will be able to produce the high numbers that we've been waiting for. Otherwise, with all that guys, I make tons and tons of stock market investing videos, and if you think that this video was amazing, please don't forget to hit the likes button, comment and subscribe. And once you subscribe, don't forget to hit or click that notification bell so that at least you get notified by YouTube every time I drop a new content. Otherwise, that's all from me, and I wish you nothing but the best in your stock market investing journey. And before you load the boat, increase your holdings, or buy Nio for the very first time, please do make sure that you do your own due diligence so that at least you can be comfortable when you are investing onto this stock. Otherwise, that's all from me, and God bless you all.